Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as the Immortalium.
And I am Kathlynn.
And we are back with 999, which I think is 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
It's in whatever order with those three things.
Yes. And we are back here, and today's going to be an interesting little session, I think, for a couple of reasons. But for one, do you remember what we're actually doing at this point, Kathlynn?
I'm trying to get more endings.
So, if you take a look at your flowchart, can you look at your flowchart right now?
Oh, what one was that again?
Yeah, select and then move over to flow and here. So what we're doing right now is we're actually going to get that question mark over there, do you see?
Yeah.
Which, it links with a path we've already done, but I think there's an achievement for filling out all of these.
The unlocked keys, I'd done those, didn't I?
Yes, we're going to go through how this works in a little bit. Because I do have a preferred...
Oh, I only have like 2 endings to get.
I do have a preferred kind of ending to go for first, you see. So we can deal with that in a moment.
I'm guessing this long one is the true ending.
Maybe. I don't want to say too much. But first off, let's go back. And let's continue because...
Oh, how do I...
Have we actually made our decision again?
I can't remember. Oh, wait, no.
I'll tell you how to skip in a moment, but no, don't return to the title screen, just press no. So, have we actually voted yet, is my question.
Oh. I don't know. I'm going to keep going until we can let this skip through.
Sure.
We don't need all this.
That's true.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, so this is the new one, yeah. So go for door 2.
My choice is door 2.
And this should be new dialogue,
Yeah.
so...
Wait a minute there.
Well, actually, this bit won't be. I think you can skip this bit.
You cheating?
Oh, no, it doesn't count. Okay.
Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Sure, here. I had 3 pieces of paper.
Oh, you sneaky Junpei.
Yeah, I think this might be the same. Let me check.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
Okay, it won't take too long anyway. And we may as well see it.
After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
I think that's only 6 that he doesn't have to switch the paper out.
Yeah.
You got lucky.
Alright. So we know who's going through door 2. It'll be me, Lotus, and Junpei.
Okay, so I'm going with that. 7 and Lotus.
The only problem's the other 2 teams.
Well, we know what happens with them. We get the yellow submarine ending.
Yeah.
Which, remember how that happened?
June and I want door 6.
Yeah, where all of them died. Who the fuck was...
Yeah. Oh, it was so good listening to your reactions.
So, yeah.
And you got a fright actually.
Oh, I actually didn't see the comment where I saw that someone said that they're always surprised that everyone thinks that Jude is a serial killer.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna go through that with you in a moment. I didn't realize you'd seen that.
I did, and I was like, in my head, I was like, is it really that common that we all just... I think I just watched too much anime where they turn out to be like the quiet, nice one turns out
Did
to
you
be
read through all of the comments?
bits and pieces, but I...
Okay, so I'll go through it to you in more detail.
I read it all, but that's the main thing that stood out to me.
Because I wanted you to expand your thing in a moment, but I think there's a good moment for you to actually do that, you see. So
Yeah, no, I think
we'll
it's
just-
morely because of the whole
Yeah.
plot
We'll
points.
continue on for a
I
moment.
choose door 1.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace?
Huh?
Well,
Then what will you do, Clover?
I'll be waiting at the stairs. You guys are coming back here, right? That's what Seven was saying, wasn't it?
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find
Yeah, I
door
guess at
9.
this point they don't think there's anyone else on the ship but themselves, so she's
Yeah.
not really expecting.
Anyone to show up.
And she's like, if everyone is that, like her brother, we don't know her brother's dead, we know the 9th man is dead.
And she's probably going to the stairs to sulk.
Yeah, and also like she's not risking anyone coming back to like kill her off because you're in teams
Yeah.
and no one can leave the others behind, kind of thing.
We're going to see...
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
That's how the nonary game
That's
works.
how the nonary game works.
You can tell I've heard this quite a bit.
I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while.
Oh,
You understand, right?
poor Clover.
All right, I'm going through door 1. That all right with you, June?
Yes.
Well, we'll be going then.
Let's move 2.
So I think we're gonna reconnect pretty soon now, you see.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, I'm gonna need to kind of like explain what we're gonna be doing next, you
Probably
see.
be jumping again.
A little bit, yes. Well, you're definitely
Let's go.
jumping because we're not going through that whole thing again.
Yeah.
Just to get to the yellow submarine ending
I'll
again.
see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm just going to have to suck it up. Seven said we'd all see each other again, and I'm going to believe that. The other
Yeah, you
group
will
that
see her
came
again
in
if
to
you go
through door
down this
1.
path. You'll see her die in your arms.
Clover joined them. Our group is on our way too. We're heading to the bottom deck using the elevators. I wonder what we'll find down there.
Yeah, I wonder what you'll find down there. Do you remember what's actually down there? Behind door 2?
Can't remember.
We ready?
So it's the cells and also the torture room.
Oh!
Which actually, I don't know if...
I have to do that puzzle again, so?
No, you don't have to do it. That's the thing. Once we get in here and it starts, we're just gonna jump somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry, you don't have to do that again. But one thing I loved when I was editing was, like, we said torture room at the same time. I don't know if you realized that. You were like, torture room, but like both at the same time. It was fantastic. It was a great moment. That's actually the thumbnail.
This time.
Or just both of us going. I think that might be
I don't
the
see
first
it.
time that I actually had a double.
Oh, there it is! It's
Or
right
maybe I
there!
didn't have. Did we have double speaker bubble before? I can't remember.
Can't remember. Okay.
It stopped.
I wonder, can you skip this bit?
Okay.
Because- yeah, I was about to say this bit should be the same. And just to make sure that we've nailed it down.
I'll open the flowchart again. Every time I see that go objection in my head for some reason.
Yeah, you see, actually, I wouldn't have known that for a while, you see, because in the HD trilogy, they don't have that. It's not until I saw footage of the original that I realized, oh, okay, so
Okay. Yeah, I'm already back here.
there's a right way and a not so right way. I don't want to say wrong way to do this.
Well, I still
But-
can't do certain things because
So what we're going to
these
be
are
doing
locked keys.
is we're going to be unlocking the red lock first. So that means we need to go back here.
Here?
Yeah. And we need to pick... Wait. Okay, wait. I need to try to remember now what the decision is here.
I'm just going to skip all this.
Yeah, go ahead. Skip it all. I just need to try to recall.
You can look up a walkthrough if you want.
It'll be easy to tell, though, actually, because it'll be unlocked if we make the right decision. So we'll be able to tell quickly enough. Just say 4. It's faster. And also it's the correct answer. This next one is the difference, though. So... to get that one, I think it's door 5, I think.
Okay.
And once we move on a bit, do you want to try checking the flowchart now, just to see?
Okay.
I can't do it.
Yes. Okay. So you see, it's unlocked there. Okay. So good thing I remember that. Okay. So next one. And you see, this is where I thought maybe I'd have you expand.
Oh, these are now locked again.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. Just go down to the next, like, red one.
Oh, okay. So, I can just do that?
Yeah, so just head down to here. And this would be... I think I remember which door this is.
Can I...
I think this is door 8.
Okay. Do you think I'll finish the game today?
No, I don't think there's any chance of you doing that.
Okay, next session maybe?
Possibly. So you see, there's several reasons. So one thing I was going to say was that, remember I said this session's going to be a bit unusual?
Yeah.
I actually don't know if we're going to get to any gameplay today.
Oh, sorry everybody.
But that's the thing, these 3 games, like the Zero Escape trilogy, there's always a bit near the end where there's like a huge
You're just
section
tying off loose ends.
of dialogue, yeah, because this is like revelations today. Like this is like
Oh, so we're all just watching a movie.
this is the first of what I would consider to be 2 like big info dumps where we're gonna get answers to a lot of questions.
Oh, I love answers. Okay. I've had a lot of questions. I don't have to do the puzzles again. So.
I don't think so, no. But you see, it won't be until you get to the one afterwards that you can actually that it'll be new scenes. You see, so I was thinking while you were skipping some of the dialogue, unless I don't know if you want to rewatch them.
If it's new scenes, we'll watch them. If it's old scenes, we'll just skip.
Okay, so there's one in here that. So if you go to the flowchart again.
Perfect.
And yeah, if you go here now, click the first one. Oh wait, actually wait, it's listed. Both of them are unlocked already. Actually, maybe we won't need the because this next one is new, I think.
Let's just move on. So.
Hang on. Okay, actually, yeah, move on because there's a bit of music, and I want this to be a bit like clearer when.
Which one?
I think it's the handle. Don't stop.
She doesn't
just for a second.
improving.
Because one thing I want to do first, you see, is to answer the question. So this would have been in the second. Yeah, it would be this one. Where the thumbnails, like, I think she's a secret psychopath. So, I just want you to, like, expand your points on this, and I'll read out this comment. I'm always... this is from Thomas Sykes, by the way. He's, like, a pretty committed watcher.
I think he's, like, the only person that continues.
Nah, there's a second one.
Is there a second one? Oh, there's 2 people. Thank you, guys.
They don't comment, but I do notice that every Friday there's, like, 2, like, bursts of watch time on it, so... I'm always amazed at how many LPers automatically assume June is a sociopath and kill the rabbits. The only thing I can think of is most LPers for this game have played Danganronpa before this game, even though this game came out 3 years before it. And associate June with... And then there's a character name I don't want to mention in case anyone hasn't played Danganronpa.
Which character was it again?
Well, the first victim, let's just say.
Oh, yeah, her, yeah.
I played this first, so I never had that assumption, and without it, there is never anything in the way June behaves that would suggest she's a sociopath.
But that's always the case. There never is.
The fact that she died defending Santa and Seven, and that she refuses to leave anyone behind would suggest that she is the exact opposite, which is where I always placed her. A little too optimistic in my opinion, but I never really understood why people just automatically jump in that direction with that theory.
Because it's just a common trope.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that is the genuine reason. I just seen it a lot, that these innocent people, that a lot of the time I think the ones that are the least suspicious are actually the most suspicious.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh, then sometimes they throw you off, because sometimes they try to, like, sometimes they know that you're going to think they're going to have, like, someone that's so suspicious that you're like, everyone's going to suspect them, but it's like not them.
Yeah, it's going to be someone else.
And it's always the one that's... But then sometimes they like, some people that know people are going to do that, so it actually is the person that's the most suspicious.
Yeah.
Because it's like, ha, fooled you. So it's like, that's why I always...
So is it less to do with what she's doing and more with what she represents?
Represents, I think, as well.
Like the innocent childhood friend.
She hasn't technically done anything per se. That will make... Actually, no one's really done anything to per se to make me think they are involved. The only thing I can think about is when Ace and Lotus walked away when I first played the game.
Oh, with the X ending.
Yeah, and I was like, where the feck are those two gone off to? And they just never came back.
They might have come back, but we were dead on the ground.
That's the only action so far which is suspicious, but I no longer suspect Lotus after the whole past with her children and stuff like that. I think she is kind of no longer suspicious.
She's clean.
I know Seven was a police officer, so I don't think he's suspicious. But I said Seven looked the most brutal, so you were probably supposed to think he looked the roughest.
Yeah. At the beginning you said
Santa is more cunning than he perceives.
At the beginning, I think you said with Seven that he's either going to be a complete psychopath or a massive softie.
He ended up being the massive softie in the end, so I wasn't wrong. Ace is still Ace is wrapped in mystery completely to me, and actually so is Santa.
That's true.
Santa and Ace are...
The only substantial thing we've gotten about Santa so far, well, he hates, like, luck and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, he has a sister of some kind.
There is still a lot of answers unheard about from Clover and her deceased brother, Snake. A part of me still wonders, was Clover and her brother on this ship? As children, remember that thing. Was Santa on this ship? Like, there's a lot of people... We do now know that Seven was on this ship.
He was.
So now we know that there's 2 people definitely connected to the ship, which are Seven and Lotus. Because Lotus, is, even though she wasn't on here herself, her children were.
Yes.
And Seven was. I say always felt like Santa was more cunning and knew a bit more than he's letting on.
Ah.
Always, constantly through the game. And Ace as well, I feel like knows a bit more too. I think it's like, I was wondering.
Interesting. So, good expanding
And
on the...
Snake definitely knew a bit more than he was letting on.
Oh, you're definite about that.
I'm pretty sure Snake, yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted
Also,
you
there could
to...
be a massive twist. Junpei could actually be their secret villain and we would have
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Because I've played games before where you were actually playing the bad person and you didn't know until like later. Like, I love those ones. They're so good.
I think I know what example you have, but I'm not going to say it because that's a spoiler. Okay, so I think
it's a game that you played with me recently.
Yes,
yeah.
It's that one.
That I played with you. Yeah, I got you to play, yeah.
You can skip through the rest of this BC because I think it'll stop once it gets to the new bit.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't let you skip over dialogue you haven't heard.
You know, speaking of experiments,
I might just put it on auto.
there was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank
Maybe it's
has two
faster if I
exits.
switch.
Maybe a little bit
Just to
faster,
make it
yeah.
easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it.
This is quite a cool experiment,
What would
isn't
a
it?
rat
Also,
do if it was put in this
The
situation?
electric is hitting the water. The water's electrified.
I guess it must be put just above the water.
Okay, maybe. Sometimes it's like, if that electric touches the water is then electrified.
I would assume it's just above it, maybe.
Okay.
Which exit would the rat choose?
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet.
Ooh.
Actually, rats and mice are actually quite intelligent.
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this, that back in the day, rodents and primates were actually together, and at some point they split off from each other.
Rats, mice are quite intelligent. Actually, a lot of animals are very intelligent. I am still convinced that dogs and cats are more intelligent than we let them. They are definitely more intelligent. They just trick us into taking care of them. And Joe, who's joining, because I had this conversation with some people recently, we're talking about how a lot of people in Ireland in the last couple of years are feeding foxes.
Oh, foxes are smart. You know the
They
phrase,
are smart.
sly as a fox.
They are, and they were always smart. But now I think, now foxes, they're saying it's a worry because a lot of people, there is still people that hunt foxes, but not as many in Ireland. That I would say, majority of people aren't probably going to hurt a fox. But there is a lot of people that still will.
Ooh.
But foxes are now taking the gamble and just going humans. But I think foxes have realised that we have like pet dogs, pet cats, and we're feeding them. And that is why foxes are totally okay just eating with the other animals, because they will get food from us. And I think they're purposely doing it.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not
convinced they're doing it on purpose.
I'm not familiar enough with foxes, like local foxes, to.
Oh, and I've had a few conversations. Like there was a girl I met, and her uncle ended up feeding a wild fox, for years and years and years until it died. And like she died because the local farmer, she said, poisoned it.
Oh.
But yeah. So, which was sad because the fox wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, everyone was saying the fox wasn't going anywhere. It was just going to that guy's house because that guy was feeding it. The fox didn't have to go anywhere else. It didn't have to hunt, which is, I guess, bad. But at the same time, that's what we did to dogs. They were like, you're from wolves.
Yeah, domestication.
We domesticated them. Now we're just doing it with foxes.
And also,
I'm convinced they are tricking us and they know what they're fucking doing.
We've done much worse things to dogs. Like, if you think about it,
The
going
breeding.
going from wolves to chihuahuas.
Oh yeah.
It's like, that is against nature.
Pugs and pugs as well.
Pugs, yeah.
But like I feel like now we're just doing what we did to dogs and cats. We're just doing to foxes now, and they're all in on it. All these animals are in on it. They just know we're suckers, and they're adorable and cute, and we want to feed them and pet
Like
them.
raccoons in America, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, people are feeding raccoons in America now too. And do you know what? They're freaking stinking cute. They are adorable.
But they are vicious animals. You don't want to have one as a pet.
But actually, I think if you're just feeding it and you're taking care of it and you're not doing anything, I think it's only if they feel threatened. They're vicious, that's the thing. if they know you're not a vicious person, it's like if you rescue a baby deer in America, it's people who've rescued baby deers and brought it back to the deer actually remembers them and the deer will come back.
Deers are quite smart, to be fair.
And even if you release it into the wild when it's better, it will stay nearby and keep coming back to visit you and say
because
hello.
you're safety.
Because you're safety, and they know you're a kind person. If you're feeding these raccoons, if you're feeding these foxes, they know the people that live in this place are safe people that are really friendly. They're not going to attack you because they know you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, the only reasons why animals probably attack, if it's not that they want to eat you,
actually,
it's more because they think you're dangerous.
We will go back to this, but one thing I do want to bring up before that, though, is do you know about penguins and their relationship with humans?
No, but I don't.
So
I do know elephants think we're cute.
Penguins, the thing about penguins, you see, is that in Antarctica, I'm talking about Antarctic penguins, they have no predators on land. Now, in the water, leopard seals can come along and eat them. Like if you remember in Pebbles and the Penguin, there was a seal, and I'm pretty sure Happy Feet had a seal as well going after them. But on land, nothing hunts them. And so they're very curious about humans. They will walk right up to you. Now, if you get really close to them, they will start getting nervous because, you know, you're this big thing coming at them. But they will, like, approach... this will be poor for viewers, but I'd be like, they might go as close as the door here to us and just look at us and go, oh, what's going on? So if you wanted to hunt penguins, like, you'd have an easy time of it because they just have no idea that you're an actual danger.
Yeah, but like I think a lot of animals are smarter than think and they're just taking us for a ride because we know they think they're adorable. Raccoons are adorable. Foxes are adorable. Wolves are adorable. Dogs are adorable. Cats are adorable. I think the trick is to be a fluffy, cute animal, and humans are going to want to feed you and pet you.
Yeah, like,
that is literally it.
Do you know silky chickens?
Yeah, they're adorable.
Yeah, they're a good
and
example.
Chickens are evil. They peck at you. Like,
chickens are evil?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian. I think chickens are evil. They just peck at you. But like yeah, ducks are cute. Like I said, my eldest sister, really loves ducks. Like. Ever since we were kids.
That can be cute.
Oh, I remember when Bebo was the thing. Her Bebo handle was ducks aren't food.
Oh.
And Bebo was still a thing.
Well, I love duck to eat, but
yeah.
No, I also appreciate
their duck. And I know one of my good friends, her ex-boyfriend, also loved ducks and had a duck tattoo on his thigh. Like he fucking loved ducks.
Fascinating. We should probably get back to this.
See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew.
Do you get what he's bringing up?
It's to do with that thing where they were talking about information. It's like, they talked about it in an earlier chapter, but I can't remember it. I know, yeah.
What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that
science knows a lot. Science is the one who gives a lot of answers to
I'd sure love to hear it.
And experiments, which is intriguing because we still don't know anything really about him.
No, we just know that he has a sister and he hates like luck and fortune and stuff.
And he also knows a lot about. It makes sense why Lotus would know a lot about experiments done because of her field.
Yeah, but for him, we don't know what he did.
Yeah, who is he? Who is Santa?
Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think about that?
No, I was just going to stop you for a second because do you remember that in the other path, one of the puzzles involved the word emergence.
Oh yeah, which one was that again?
That was the cells one.
Oh yeah.
So I just want to bring that
An
up.
emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's
That's why the
of-
rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
That's part of what evolution is. It's like the animals that can deal with an emergency that comes along survive, and the animals that can't deal with said emergency pass away. That's kind of a way. Like, I mean, if you think about the extinction of the dinosaurs went extinct, but there was a lot of things from that time that didn't.
They're trying to bring back the dodo and the woolly mammoth, apparently.
I've heard about that. I don't know how successful that'll be. There'd be other priorities before that, I think.
I think we
But-
need to talk about
They
saving our planet before we start bringing back extinct animals.
I mean, I see the logic in some of them in terms of like rebuilding ecosystems, but whether that'll be successful or not, I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Point anyway, that's the point.
The one thing though is people should know we should never. Jurassic Park has taught us that we should never ever bring back the dinosaurs.
I don't know. Maybe we can get some of those cute little ones.
The plant-eating ones.
Oh, just bring back a Brachiosaurus. You know, one of those gigantic ones.
Yeah.
Nah, continue.